Okay, I just want to say part two, abortion regret. If you look at Bad for Lash's song in God's House, that whole video, like, for me, sums up my whole spiritual experience with my abortion. Like, I had to come to terms and talk to the spirit of the child. Later on, I became psychic and I was able to communicate with the child and just kind of square things, at the end of the day, it's like I still love, I still love it. I still love him. It was actually a boy. Um, and sometimes I talk to him in the spirit realm, and it's like we're both trying to heal because sometimes, like, a part of your psyche, some people don't believe in spirits, but maybe it's like true. It's like part of the, yourself, or it's really, your deceased child. In any case, you're trying to heal, and it's okay to, like, mend that and talk to that energy. And I had to, speak with it and let it go. And at the same time, it's always going to be with me in my heart because, I feel, even though I didn't materialize him into this existence in a physical sense, he still got created. My intentions was there to conceive. Like, his spirit still lives on. Like, I see his spirit is still around. So the creation is still there. Like, we create with more than just our bodies. We create with our spirit, our energy, our intention, our mind. And further to that, like, this child has been with me through my journey. Writing my book gave him, fruition of power, and, like, in full order. So it's like he's been with me every step of the way learning. So it's not like something, okay, like, I had this thing happen, terrible, and it's hard to get through it, and then that's that. No, it was a growing experience. And, like, even in the spiritual realm, like, we're still healing one another. And I think at the end of the day, like, I've become him, he's become me. Like, the child has learned to become the parent, I've become the child. It's like I had to kind of connect with my inner child, because I think that's what children symbolize, really, is your inner child, is parting some of your inner child away, to, create yourself further. Because, we don't last long in these bodies. We die, we decay. And, like, the whole point of procreation is to, like, to leave something in yourself. You know what I mean? Kind of live on in a different form. And for me, like, this child, the spirit child, even though I couldn't bring him in the matrix, he's still within me. He's still in my heart. He's still in my awareness. He's in the spirit realm. Like, I see him. Like, he and I are one. And I don't think that could ever change, because, it's creation. It's the forces of creation. They say we all come down to one source anyway. We are all a part of, like, a big source of creation, of oneness. And everybody you see are just emanations. Like, your neighbors, parents, everybody is just emanations of this one creation anyway. So, and if you think about it, we're all family. So I just wanted to say that the Bad for Lashes song in God's House, that really does, like, describe my pain. Like, she's in the desert trying to find her lost child, like, the spirit of her lost child. I feel like, there's a lot of confusion there. And, like, this world we're living in, the Matrix, is the dream world. It's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of lies. Lies are built into the system. Like, people lie. Sometimes people are not even people. People tend to get controlled by demons from within, and no one's ever who you really think they are. So it's like, all this is to make you trip up in sin. Sin is a program, and it's like, after a while, it's like, you make this mistake, you can't, like, beat yourself over the head over it, because life still continues. Life still moves on, and it just gets transformed in a different form. So I've been making my peace with my spirit child. And he knows that I love him. He knows that I care. Like, sometimes, like, the matrix gets in your head and, like, tries to make you mess up with your thoughts. But you, as a mother, like, like, a parts of creation, like, how you felt during that time. So this is for all the girls and mothers, or, would-be mothers out there. Like, they say statistically, like, women usually have, like, 1 to 2 abortions before they actually have, like, keep children, because of the way the government is in the society. So statistically, you probably might go down that road. I just want to say, you're not going to be alone. Women go through this thing, and it's very emotional. Take someone with you. I just wish at the time that I had someone older to talk with, and maybe someone spiritual, because maybe I would have reconsidered. Maybe if I had proper support, I don't think I would have done it. You know, like I got caught up into Maya, into the Matrix, into the lies. I was very young, I was immature, and I didn't know what it meant to be like a real mature, you know, parental figure or responsible person. Like I'm 32 now. Like now from like 24 looking back, like I'm very mature in my mindset. Like it's crazy how like you evolve. And like, you know, if things were right, if it was my choice, like I would be a good mother. I would be able to do that. And just, you know, sometimes you just have to really wait for that moment. And, you know, if bad things happen, it's not your fault. It's an accident. Like, I know, you know, we do things out of intention, or at least we think we do things out of intention. But we're coming from a generation of programming where our parents teach us things, TV teaches us things. There's programs in our music and our books, all messing with the back of our mind, our subconscious. I mean, there's dark Illuminati, there's demons, there's the black government. Like, all this is here in the negative environment to, like, steal your goodness, especially for women. Like, I thoroughly believe that there's so many forces at work, like, in my life to just make me, like, go dark, or make me just have, like, this very low worth, or, you know what I mean? To be healthy as a human being, you can't have low worth. So you have to heal yourself. You have to try to raise up your low worth value into something of, you know, real value, because we're all valuable. We're life, you know, we're awareness, we're human beings, we're life, we're spirits, we're energy, we're all worthy. You know what I mean? We just make mistakes because we're in the matrix. And that's what I want to say. Hopefully I can remember that, because, you know, if, for heaven forbid, if something happens to my memory, like I want to keep that lesson in my heart, so I know, like, not to get tripped up in a pregnancy like that. Because looking back on things, I probably wouldn't have met that guy. If it still happened, like, I would have tried to, like, talk to a spiritual person, like someone who's older, who, you know, who could really give me some solid advice on what I could do. Because I really would, you know, try to, like, see if I could have been a mother. I mean, it just seemed like it was so much against me at that time, but I really would have tried, because I'm like 32 now, and I'm thinking, like, wow, I could have been a mother. So, you know, you don't think about those things when you make these decisions, as, you know, when you're a young girl. So I just want to say that for all you young girls out there, really get a second opinion, because you might regret it. Most of the time women do regret it. They don't like to talk about it, but it's very emotional. I mean, I got on psychic skills. I had to connect to the planet and Gaia, you know, the consciousness of our planet. She went through a lot. So it's like connecting with the universal mother. Mothers everywhere have to deal with, like, some type of abortions, or loss of life, or miscarriages. And it was very deep for our planet, because during the time of Lemuria, the flood, you know, the evil trickster gods, they tricked our waters, and they covered the earths and killed all the creation, and just, you know, everything got lost in manipulation and pain and suffering and confusion. And our planet never was right ever since the first flood. You know, it's in the Bible too, but it's the time of Lemuria. Like, all her life was just, like, drowned out. Like, it's very emotional in the universe as creators, as women, to go through losing children. So that's why we need to stand together and, like, help one another through the levels of the heart, through emotion. And all the, you know, children out there, lost children, lost spirits, you just know that God loves you. Know that Creator, the true God, the true Creator, mothers and fathers alike, they do love you. It's just we are lost in sin. We are lost in these programs that affect our consciousness, that affects our DNA, and a lot of our divinity, a lot of our light is gone. So we are losing what it's like to be, like, true creators and true, you know, true gods and goddesses. Like, our laws are completely distorting everything, and this whole reality is a lie. And it just doesn't get better. It's hard to break out of this type of slavery. And it just distorts everything. And so you have more people in the future generations, they're probably going to make more mistakes. Who, you know, like, I hope that doesn't happen, but they might just make more mistakes. And it's like, yeah, there is a level of forgiveness, and just really trying to, like, you know, understand we are all the same. We are all of love. We are all the same being. And let's just try to rise up from this chaos and this MK Ultra programming that these dark Illuminati, these Satanists, these dark Illuminati Satanists and government officials, using all kinds of mind techniques on the public, like the sleeping public. So just letting you know that there's a lot of manipulation with our minds, and our free will is being distorted. And they don't want you to be good. They don't want you to live true-heartedly. So it's going to be very challenging to be good people, good mothers and fathers here. just good people, good human beings, period. It's just a battle for our soul. It's always been about that. But I just wanted to say that part 2, that was my abortion regret. Like, I've learned a lot since then, and I talked to women who've had abortions, miscarriages, and it's a very traumatic time for us all. And like, all you can do is just have, like, even if you're a boy, a guy, like, just lend your ear. No judgment, but just like kind of give it ear. Like, women just like need sometimes someone to talk about this stuff, because it's very emotional stuff. And if you're there just like, you know, to listen and just care about, like, you know, really listening, you'd be surprised how much you can heal people. But just want to say that God bless, and I love you all, and I love my lost child, but he's not lost because he follows me everywhere. He's with me. He's in my soul. Thank you.